This looks like a normal Lego piece, right? Wait, let me turn it. These are the most weird and sus Lego pieces and stuff like that ever. Number one, we have the brick separator. At first, it's really simple, right? I mean, you remove pieces with it. Until this is the nightmare of every Lego fan. Removing these pieces is like mission impossible. So, let's use the brick separator. Yeah, it doesn't really work, because they are the same exact size you can't use to remove these pieces. The only solution is to use the old brick separator plus this new one. But the old one is kind of rare now and I don't wanna use it, I don't wanna damage its value, so the brick separator, either the new or the old one, is an iconic piece, but it's still weird how people create sculptures out of them just because they have so many of them.
It's our most plentiful resource. We use it for everything.
Sometimes we just throw it in the trash, which is also made of gold.
Number 2.
Then there is piece 4227395. I mean, what is this? Reminds me of a lamp and only that. Then there is this Galidor. Now, my viewers, if you don't know what Galidor is, then good for you, because it was the scariest Lego theme ever. It was one of those themes that tried to be different. Yes, there is a good reason that Galidor failed. So, what was the idea behind Galidor? Well, it was to switch the pieces between aliens and humans.
Thankfully, I got my clinch down.
Yes, somebody actually approved that. There was a person that said, wow, that's an awesome idea. That will sell a lot of toys. It was one of those themes that scared everybody. Yeah, that surely won't cause any nightmares, right? It's bad when even Lego's promo pictures look horrifying. The theme failed, but plastic takes approximately more than 100 years to degrade, so Galidor lives on. Somewhere, in a dark corner, there is a Lego Galidor hanging around, waiting for its next victim.
Number 15.
We have more weird Lego pieces. Ladies and gentlemen, Scalla. Now, do you know Barbie, the doll? How about Lego Barbie? No, you don't want that? But remember, this was Lego's weird age when they tried to be different. So, they actually thought this was a good idea. Somebody at Lego's headquarters approved this, okay? So, we have to talk about these weird Lego Scala pieces. We have this horse, we had this tent piece for camping. Nothing better than going to the outdoors and spend time admiring nature's wonderland, the majesty of the terrain, the beauty of the flora and fauna, getting to sleep below the stars. And then, you see this! Yeah, Lego Scala was weird. We also had these weird bases for the houses that instead of studs, they use like these flower studs. And of course we had the dolls. Oh no, no, oh no, no. I mean, look at them. Look at these things. They will scare you for life. The one that I will focus on is the baby. And now, being serious, I don't think it is a bad idea to do a baby. It's just a baby and it teaches kids to take care of babies. But it's still a weird piece nevertheless. But before I continue, guys, be sure to click that subscribe button, okay? Now, we have Lego piece 26047. Now, this is an awesome piece. You can use it for awnings, for a roof, or even to create some minifigure accessories. But that was not what the internet was talking about, so let's rotate it. Yes, this looks like Among Us. How funny. Ha ha ha. Sus. Poster. Blah blah blah. This piece basically became a meme and a very boring one at that. Now, let's get serious and talk about another Lego thing that involved weird pieces, that being Mars Mission, not to be confused with Mission to Mars at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. But one particular thing that these sets had was this system this transportation tube system idea. This idea started with the Life on Mars sets, which was the predecessor of this theme. This caused the sets to not have much to that other than this gimmick, but from what I heard that people that had these sets, because I'm not willing to spend that much money on this thing, it was a cool idea until it didn't work. But the question is this Lego? What is this exactly? Is this even a toy or a tool for kids to learn about sewage or something like that? Okay, we look at the weird Lego themes that made weird pieces and didn't last for long. And of course, the king of that was Jack Stone. Now, if you don't know what Jack Stone is, good for you. Now, if you are a subscriber, you know how much I talk about Lego Jack Stone. So, trying to keep this short, Jack Stone was one of those themes that tried to be different. It was a Lego theme that tried to compete with other action figures, but the result was horrifying. Since this video is about weird Lego pieces, I would like to talk about this airplane here, and specifically this cockpit piece. I mean, the print here is horrible. Why are the windows like this? This makes it look like nothing like a real aircraft and more like a train that learned how to fly. Also, there is this piece here near the stabilizer at the back with these exhausts that look kind of weird, and then there is the engine in the middle of the stabilizers. I mean, that's just horrible. And speaking of aircraft, we had this turboprop here with this big ugly piece, and I mean, was ugly. Look at it. It only has one use. And again, with Jack Stone, that's basically how the theme worked. We had weird minifigure-esque things here that will scare you forever. And moving on, let's get to other stuff. We had the skeleton piece. Now, this is scary. I mean, this was a minifigure one day. Like, this had a life, a family, and then he was gone. But he never got a proper funeral. He was left there. It is scary. Like, we have people complaining that the new modular is built with Lego skin, and that is an understandable argument, but verosimilly, this is part of a minifigure that is no longer with us. It's kind of creepy, I mean. And continue with even weirder Lego pieces, we have the good or the bad old Lego Belleville. Now, I recommend you check out my Lego ICEBERG video where I talked more about the subject. I mean, this theme was not the Lego's best, it was again another theme targeted at girls that had these weird figures. Now, not only are these scary, but they are extremely weird. It looks like something from the Uncanny Valley.
The Uncanny Valley.
The what?
Do you remember that weird animation style in the early 2000s where everything looked real but nothing looked right?
Oh yeah, that stuff was creepy.
Well, I think this is where they ended up.
You also had this weird, useless fence piece. I would say this is the weirdest Lego piece ever, at least on this theme. But we also had cats and dogs and a horse that was worse than the Scalla one. And also, there was this chest that looked cool. It was transparent even. But it came a set with this thing here. Oh yes. Lego Belleville. And yes, Belleville also had a baby, but this one only had the head. I mean, this is horrifying. Who made this? Okay, I think I went a bit too far with this video. You guys are already probably tired, so I'm going to wrap this up. If you want to see more weird Lego, click the video on the screen right now. See you there, guys, okay?